The premise of our game, Larry Daly, our teacher, wanted us to have a focus on something in the real world. And so we chose the cause homelessness, and from there we started to think of a gameplay mechanic that was fun but also engaging and touched on the realities of being homeless.
Yeah, in class we talked with fellow students and Larry, of course, and we kind of did research on what they're like the facts about homelessness, because there's a lot of false bias and assumptions that people make. So we kind of did our research and background on how we could make a homeless game feel more realistic rather than what other people actually think.
And what's interesting about the enemies in the game is each one of them is represented by an actual problem, an enemy, if you will, a metaphor for an enemy in the real world.
And everything's still a work in progress. We're just in the beginning stages of development as far as the game. A lot of usability testing still has to go into it, something that we've learned here in class with Larry. So we're kind of just trial and error at this point, trying things out. We're working with a new program called Stencil. At the beginning of the class, we worked with Flash at first, and I really did enjoy it. While I do feel it's probably more difficult in the end, I'd say Stencil is a good way to start out. But if you're looking for more, I don't know, challenging things to do, if you want to challenge yourself, and also a software which probably can create more powerful things, I would say Flash.
Yeah, I'm appreciative that the first part of the class everybody had to learn Flash. Just getting my head wrapped around the basics of code helped me better understand Stencil. Stencil is an easier program overall.
Well, for me, I've been an avid gamer probably since I was 8 years old, from Nintendo 64 all the way up until my PlayStation 3 now, and I've always been playing games. As a journalist, I really enjoy the aspect of not so much just playing it, but what goes into making the game, such as, well, I want to review games in a nutshell, and I feel like when I see what goes into it, it makes me appreciate the playing aspect a heck of a lot more.
It gives you the ability to kind of see from the developer's eyes, from a journalistic standpoint, and see where a product has been made and why they made the choices that they did.